Please describe your job title and primary duties.
So I was a sales associate in the lumber department. So they have an indoor lumber yard where you kind of get OSB, sheets of plywood, different decking, things like that. So I was a sales associate in the lumber facility. So I was kind of in charge of cutting wood, loading things in the loading deck when people order, or like contractors order large amounts of lumber. So I was I did a lot of manual labor, just being, I was a younger associate, so a lot of the manual labor was left to me, but it was a really great job. I enjoyed it, my duties there.
What was the work environment like?
The work environment was good. It's very fast paced. You don't sit down your whole shift. So at least in the lumber department, there's different things like electrical and seasonal things like that. But overall, it's pretty fast paced. You're always moving. Shifts go by pretty quick. That's one thing I really appreciated about it. I don't know, the work environment is good. I was a lot younger than like the average associate there, so it was kind of cool. I don't know, I learned a lot. There's a lot of knowledgeable people there, so I think that was a really great aspect of the job. But overall, it was a great environment to work in.
What was your favorite part about working there?
My favorite part would probably just be the social aspect of it. You get to talk to a lot of people, you get to meet a lot of people. Lowe's is one of the establishments. You're allowed to you bring dogs in there, they're dog friendly, so a lot of the times you get to see these animals. You see a lot of different people come through working on different projects, and they want to tell you about it. As an associate, you're meant to help them build whatever they're working on, their swing set, their deck, anything like that. So I think that social aspect, kind of collaborating with the customer and helping them get what they're looking for.
Please describe the application and interview process.
So the application process, I was actually referred to by a friend. So I went in, I filled out an application, did an initial meeting with the HR person there. So we kind of talked. I knew her previously, so she said come in for an interview. So I came in for an interview, just kind of the generic interview. Met with her, met with a couple associates who I'd be working with in the lumber yard. So then it came with we did a mouth swab drug test, and then I did a training with the other new hires where we kind of went through the store, figured out what our responsibilities are, what things are relevant to us, what things aren't necessarily our department. So and the training was great for that as well. Just learning your mentor, figuring out what you're going to be working on.
What questions did the interviewer ask during the job interview?
A lot of it was based on team-oriented things. Being in the lumber yard, there's not a lot you can do by yourself. I mean, you're working with big sheets of wood, just different aspects of that. So a lot of it is team-oriented. So they ask what leadership roles have I taken? Am I a leader? Am I a follower? Where do I see myself fitting in the team, kind of as a pro service associate? That's what the lumber yard was called. So just things like that. It was a lot of team-oriented and leadership-oriented.
How were you notified that you received the job?
So I think it was 3 days after my initial interview, they offered me the position. So I accepted the position, obviously. I had to fill out a few different things, just kind of like with direct deposit and things like that. And then I think it was a week after they offered me the position, I started training. The training is, you wear red vest there. So initially you're not given a red vest, you're kind of you earn the red vest just through once you've figured out what you're going to be doing, your capabilities and things like that. It's just kind of like a tiered process of working your way up to where you're initially going to be.
What set you apart from other candidates?
I think just my willingness to grind. Like I said, it's a manual labor job. A lot of people don't like to kind of work those hard hours, but I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm young, so I might as well do it while I can. So I enjoyed just kind of having that manual labor and kind of going in, hours work pretty quick. So I think I worked hard the entirety of each of my shifts, and I think it reflected on my work and obviously got me the job. So I think that was kind of my differentiating factor, just my willingness to grind.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to gain employment?
I would just say, just be willing to work hard, because they do treat their employees great. They have good benefits, good management. The training is great. You just have to have a willingness to work, because like I said, it's not an easy job. There's a lot of manual labor, and being somewhere like Lowe's, you talk to a lot of different people. So just building your social aspect of the job, being able to talk to people, but also having that willingness to work and be a team person, being able to work with your other coworkers, and then also just being able to collaborate with the customer to make sure they find exactly what they came there to get.